Hello, Calling Up Community. I'm Claudia Alec, and today we will be understanding the term ally. At the request of one of our Calling Up Community members, they requested a little more clarification about what that word means and how it's used in the world. I'm going to use a Twitter exchange actually from yesterday to help us to have this conversation. So yesterday, Katarina Jones was tweeting about allyship. She does the diversity, she's the head of diversity and inclusion at Amazon. She was responding to a tweet from Pete Halliday where he said something about allyship that was inspired by a conversation with Kim Creighton, who does the podcast Cause a Scene. I will leave links below to all of these people and identities and places for further information. I highly recommend Kim Creighton's podcast, Cause a Scene. So the tweet that he shared was this: I don't think we say enough about how sinister "you just lost an ally" is. The person is saying, in essence, I was an ally so long as it benefited me and asked nothing of me, but now that I see that I don't get a free pass, I'm going to support your oppression instead. Kim elaborated on this and said, and another word, if your allyship is conditional upon being shown appropriate levels of adoration, rethink it or keep it. So some large things for us to keep in mind. Ally is not a noun. I often say this in my practice. We make things into nouns that are not nouns. They're actually descriptors for verbs that we do in the world. To be an ally is temporal. You can act in allyship. So let's be specific with what we're talking about. To be an ally is to be acting in solidarity with a marginalized community where you don't share that specific marginalization. So I can be part of my BIPOC community, right? We all have the same community. And also there are members of that community that share radically different types of marginalization. And then I can act in allyship and solidarity with them in that way. When I act in allyship, I am not centering myself. If you are not a member of the marginalized community, and you are not receiving marginalization, and you are centering yourself, you are replicating that type of marginalization. You're replicating the thing that you're trying to deconstruct. Being an ally is not something that you can just proclaim for yourself. Being an ally is something that the community can say, yes, you are acting in solidarity with us. Thank you for your allyship. But it's not a title to list. It's not a title to claim, and frankly, if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, it will be evident to everyone involved. So if you're doing it for cookies, if you're doing it for credit, if you're doing it only because it helps you to feel affirmed and good about yourself, you're not acting as an ally, you're acting as a faux ally. Yes, I made up that term. F-A-U-X. Faux ally. To act as a faux ally is to not allow the thing to be it is to act in a way that is counter to what the marginalized community actually wants. So instead of you taking the lead from the community and following and listening and helping them, it is you deciding to do whatever you want and acting in patronage, which is not the same thing as acting as an ally. It's not the same thing as acting in solidarity. It is doing something so that you will get the social capital that is associated with doing good things for that marginalized community. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're actually an ally. In fact, I would say that the faux ally, F-A-U-X ally, is actually the F-O-E ally as well. Because oftentimes the faux ally is speaking on behalf of the community rather than passing the mic and allowing the community to speak on behalf of themselves, is acting as a gatekeeper for resources and power, and is actually sucking up all the oxygen, taking up all of the room, and using resources that should actually be going directly towards that marginalized community. So that's what I mean when I say a faux ally, and when I encourage folks to not act in faux allyship, but to act in authentic allyship. So that's what we mean when we use the term ally. I will leave a bunch of links below with further resources so you'll be able to understand what other people mean when they use the term ally as well. Thank you. Have a great day, Calling Up community.